Russia and China make it so geopolitics cannot be ignored. The reality, Biden may be focused on the economy. It's the economy, stupid, when the geopolitical situation is about to blow up.
Welcome to the Morning Markets and Metals with Vince Lanci, where each day he brings you the precious metals and financial news to get you ready for your day. And now, here's Vince.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vince Lanci, and this is the morning meeting. We will be talking geopolitics today. It's a Friday. Geopolitical things tend to happen on the weekend, and we want to be prepared for it. And I think we have some things to be concerned about on the radar that no one will be talking about until after the fact. Anyway, be prepared is better than being surprised. We'll also talk about the last couple of days in precious metals, which are indirectly related to that. So let's start with the markets. The dollar is down 16 at 104.88. 10-year yields are 447, flat. S&P 500 is 52.81, up 12. The VIX is 12.58, down 20. Gold is 23.41, up 13, getting stronger. Silver 30.58, up 45. It led. It really didn't go negative at all last night. Copper 477, up 2.8 cents. I'm going to call that a bounce, a dead cat bounce. It's not a dead cat, but it's dead for now. WTI 77.16, down 26. Okay. Natural gas 260, down a penny and a half. Bitcoin 67,000 and change, down 616. Ethereum 37.02, down 2%. Very whippy day for Ethereum yesterday. The official announcement that the spot ETFs were okayed came through, and so the market just, triggered stops all around and then just went back to unchanged for the most part. Palladium and platinum. Palladium 974, up 5. So that got crushed yesterday. Platinum 1027, up 8 and change. I wonder if CTAs are now palladium sellers again. I'll have to look into this. Grains. Soybean essentially unchanged at 12.29. Corn 4.53 unchanged, and wheat down 9. So everything seems to just be unwinding now. Wheat versus corn and soy is now weaker. Metals are now weaker. Oil is now choppy. Natural gas remains strong. Okay. There's the homepage of GoldFix. We haven't even gotten through all these stories yet, and more news is coming out. So I want to, the BRICS G7 divorce agreement, we have another chapter in that today. It may not even be out yet. So we could be pulling this out of our behind. But anyway, the great pandemic walk back, that's obviously not finance. But I thought it was a pretty interesting piece on the process of walking back the mistakes made during the pandemic. And then Michael Oliver's piece there. So let's get started. Okay, you can see the title there. It's almost as if we have passed the tipping point in China. That's from a GoldFix founder who actually is in Taiwan and has military contacts in the Far East as well as in Israel. But before we do that, I want to look at the charts first, okay? First of all, correction yesterday, I had the wrong moving average up here. I had a 9-day. I was having a hard time figuring out why we went through it. So my data was bad. This is the 50-day. Okay, so the 9 days when we went through yesterday, the yellow line, we hadn't gone through it yet. So we're approaching the 50-day. Now it makes more sense to me. So you have some damage here, but I wouldn't call this a big problem yet because we had a new high. So the trend is still in place here. 50-day moving average, I don't know if that's a significant number on the way down. It's a significant number on the way up. You could say that it's a significant number on the way down as well. But put it this way, when we get there, I want you to assume there will be selling, more net selling than buying, stacked up in stop orders. The question is, will the buying come in to absorb it, or will the buying let it breathe? And to the extent that they absorb it or let it breathe tells you how urgent the buyers are. If the buyers are urgent, then think it's someone front running a central bank or a central bank itself. But I'm not going to put too much weight on this. especially since it's so far away from the 100-day, right? When they're close together, different story. All right, so gold. So let me put up the lines to show you the parallels. Okay, pretty busy looking, right? So there's that channel I told you, and what are we? Let's hide this again. See this channel? We're on the edge of it, right? First time down, we bounced. Second time down, I do not think we will bounce. We will go into this. The question is, will this drop, get some people short, also below the 50-day moving average, but as we approach it, maybe get some people short and then reverse. So I would not be a buyer. This is me speaking about how I would trade. If we get into this channel, we're on the edge of it now, I would not be a buyer of dips in this channel unless we leave a long wick and come out of it. So I would say I wouldn't be a buyer of dips in this channel. I would like to see some people sell it and get short in the channel and come out of it. So now we have a little bit of a jet fuel to get higher. If you're bearish, I would say, well, we go in this channel. Once we get in this channel, you sell it until we get out of this channel. I think the bottom of this channel is more important than the top. And I think the 100-day is worth more to us as traders than the 50-day. So I'll put that chart up again, that stuff up again, right? So there's your channel, right? There's your 100-day, which is coming in this channel here. There's your 50-day, top of the channel. The channel, it's not a channel, it's a range, So, but the point is there are people that look at this as a channel and it's in here. And so basically the bottom of this range here, I can't, it's not the most important thing in the world, but I can't tell you, I made such a big thing about this channel and it was so spot on. You get lucky sometimes, but you can't assume that it's going to work again. Okay. There was buying here, bought it, came back, really bought it, came back, really bought it. Tried it one more time. No way, buddy. It's not going below there. There's buying that was not backing off. The question is, did this buying go to the market or is this buying still going to be there? Now, normally, statistically, you would not assume that this buying is there. Okay. You would assume that some of this buying went to the market here, or this is, by the way, it's a big algo. On the other hand, if this is central bank buying, it's still there, and the macro funds were front running it. I don't know. I'm just saying that the top of this is a pause. The bottom of this is more important. Silver. What can I say? There's your silver 50-day. We have really gotten ahead of it. I don't really have an opinion on silver, but I do have an opinion on silver versus gold. When silver gold cracks, when that ratio cracks, as it just did, where is that? There it is. When the silver gold, remember the silver gold ratio cracking? Here, I'll show you. Go back months, right? It's been going back forever. It's been a channel, break up, break down, and now we're in this here. I'll go to weekly. It's easier on weekly, right? Here's your channel, and we crack below this line, and we're below this line. Now, historically, that's usually a short-term top in the market, believe it or not, because this is a panic moment. Someone's panicking. Either they're panic selling gold versus silver, or they're panic buying silver. Well, they're panic buying silver. Can it stay down here? Oh, yeah. It's probably going to stay down there. But you have to expect a battle the first time. These are great charts. Gold, silver chart's a great chart because there's not a lot of noise in it. There's a lot of trend. Green, 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 red, 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 red. And then you have the chop around with colors, and then the market reverses. So we're going to have a chop around and either reverse or continue. But I'm just saying that this is significant. And if it stays below that, then you are done. You are done accumulating gold as a bank, and you're now moving on to accumulating silver as a speculative fund. Okay. Enough on the charts. I'm trying to think what my own trades are going to be. It's almost as if we have passed the tipping point in China. All right. I'm speaking on behalf of President Biden's reelection effort. Biden's financial path to reelection is low oil, no OPEC fights, ignore geopolitics, deflect Israel, inflation down, brag about it, stocks up, sticks up. Gold down. He will talk about it when it happens. I've seen this before. What have I seen before? I've seen them get markets cooked and ready for an election. They've been doing it with the data for the last year, and they're not going to stop doing it when they're so close to the finish line. They're going to do it more. They got oil in check. I think they're going to be happy to get gold down. It also hurts Russia to do that. The fear, this is my fear. It probably should be their fear. Russia and China make it so geopolitics cannot be ignored. The reality, Biden may be focused on the economy. It's the economy, stupid, when the geopolitical situation is about to blow up. So why am I stirring that up? Russia, yesterday, Russian President Putin is reportedly ready to halt the war in Ukraine with a negotiated ceasefire, which recognizes current battlefield lines, according to Reuters sources, but is prepared to fight on if Ukraine and the West do not respond. Okay, just focusing on the Russian aspect of this for a second. These are it's light colors. These are the battle lines of the war right now. It hasn't really moved much in about a year, but it's there. Okay, this is it. This is when this thing whole started. It's East and West Ukraine. It's basically Russian speaking and Ukraine speaking, and that's what's going to happen. We don't want it to end. They didn't want it to end, but now they want it to end, and that's what made me interested that he would offer this. And I noticed that he offered it after their summit. Next chart, it's not that big, but here's the Ukraine is up here, right? Okay, then you have the Black Sea, below Ukraine, and Turkey borders a big part of it. And look, Russia wants the Black Sea because it needs access to the Mediterranean Sea. All right, and that goes through the Dardanelles. So Turkey becomes a much bigger player as this progresses, and you have to understand that Russia's all about securing the water area, and that's why they want this region. Anyway, just thinking on their behalf. So that's Russia, right? That's their play in isolation. China on Friday that's today, sent multiple bombers to conduct mock missile strikes in the Taiwanese drills, with dozens of missiles used in the drills, according to Chinese state militia. So there's an updated chart with the actual military materials there. The weird part, this is me talking. This comes from, much of this comes from conversation with a friend of mine in Taiwan. China did not notify anyone 72 hours prior. They normally do so as a courtesy, right? It's a heads up. It's a drill. It's practice. Nobody wants to look bad publicly. China also did not, this time, give specific coordinates of the affected areas. That's odd. My friend, Goldfix founder is, I'll keep his name anonymous, right? He said, his military contacts said that within the first 30 minutes, all of Taiwan's radar, missile silos, and runways would already be destroyed. And the U.S. 7th Fleet can't get there in time. And even if the fleet arrives, they'll keep a safe distance and just watch. Otherwise, all sunken ships, basically. They all could end up as sunken ships, basically. Small map. This is the 7th Fleet. This is 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Who knows where the first is? Not on this map. But you get the idea. China did a real test of readiness, of availability. Japan won't do anything as well. This is what he said. Japan won't do anything as well due to Russia and North Korea on the north, while the DF-17, the Guam Express, takes that aim. That's the DF-17 missile, and also known as the Guam Express. These are land-based now. They're traditionally they're known as aircraft carrier killers, but Japan's a big aircraft carrier when you think about it. All right, so China is stepping up its actionable demonstrations in Taiwan. Russia is offering a what do you want to call it? An olive branch? Sorry. Taken together, let's look at this from a timeline perspective before we get too paranoid. Russia confiscates G7 assets on May 18th. Russia, China joint statement, May 19th, May 20th. Russia offers a truce. May not be sincere, but they did yesterday. And China basically lays down a gauntlet. I think this is a problem. I'm not trying to be a scaremonger, but Russia can only extend itself so much. And they may say they're not militarily aligned, but they certainly are. And if Russia can give them peace over there, and then China can take the next level in Taiwan. Anyway, the U.S. Congress is in chaos, arguing about stupid things, and Russia and China are playing some chess here. I'm a little concerned. Now, the reason I'm bringing all that up is because on Fridays, I do look at the markets more geopolitically now, given what's going on the weekends. And oil's not up, so I'm not that worried about it yet. And I see a pattern of pressure coming to bear on Biden. He's focused on the domestic economics, right? And the geopolitics he's hoping goes away. I think they have the Saudis buttoned down, meaning no arguments in public for now until after the election. You pump some oil, we'll give you a discount on something, that type of stuff. But you can't keep Russia and China in check. Anyway, I'm a little bit aware of this. And look, you see gold sell off like it did. Let's go to the daily, right? This is not economic news. This is peace news, in my opinion. And then you see this, and I say, well, if this continues, then I think people are thinking like me and worried about the weekend news being bullish for gold or bearish for the world in general. And so they're buying. So if this continues today, I want you to think geopolitical news is likely. If it doesn't continue today, then I want you to think that everything I just said to you is an early warning system that's way early. But it's not wrong, I think. All right, I'm Vince. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching this morning's Markets and Metals Update with Vince Lanci. Brought to you each day by Miles Franklin Precious Metals, where this week's special is 2023 dated 1 ounce silver Cougarans from the South African Mint for only $3.10 over spot. And even with the price rallying, fortunately, the premiums are still on the lower side. And to get a full price list or place an order for silver Cougarans at $3.10 over spot, just email us at Arcadia@MilesFranklin, and we'll be happy to get you set up with anything you need. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day out there. Please note that this video is not intended as legal licensed financial trading advice and is to be used for informational purposes only. Please contact your financial advisor before making any decisions, and thanks for watching.